providing this opportunity to recognize our staff that I'm so proud of, as well as the police officers. Also, I'd like to thank the Joint Honor Guard that we had tonight, which did such a wonderful job, a combination of the police and fire. Thank them very much. As well as our piper, who was here tonight to provide that excellent touch as well. And thank you all for your support in there. This year, you know, I think I'm going to call everybody up here to start with me. So if you don't mind, gentlemen, come up here with me, and we'll introduce them. And it is Captain Gary Dronyk, Firefighter Dan Cavallo, Firefighter Tom Haynes, and Firefighter John Munn. And I'll just give you a brief overview of why they were nominated this year, and I know they will be humble about it and say we were just doing our job, and they were. But a year ago, I came to council and we introduced an EpiPen program that we put into service on our fire vehicles. And Mississauga, as the mayor will attest to and always says in her statements, is always leading. We're always out there serving the community and meeting the community's needs. And this is just another way of meeting the community's needs that we thought we could be of assistance, and it certainly has proven to be. As Mississauga Fire and Emergency Services is celebrating its first anniversary of its EpiPen program, we're nominating the crew of D-Shift Pumper 103, who, as far as we know, were one of the first crews after receiving the training to have to respond to a medical call. I'd also like to acknowledge, and I believe he is still here, our training officer, Trevor Shea. And Trevor was here earlier anyhow. Trevor is the person that delivers our medical training, along with Dr. Cheskas, who is our base hospital doctor. And I want to thank them for their part in this as well. The crew were dispatched to the parking lot of the Strip Plaza at Southdown Road and Truscott Drive. While en route, they learned that the patient was having an allergic reaction to peanuts. In less than 3.5 minutes, the crew arrived on the scene and found the patient, a 17-year-old female, in the passenger seat of her mother's car in obvious respiratory distress. Prior to their arrival, the patient's mother had administered an adult EpiPen and liquid Benadryl to her daughter, which seemed to have had little or no effect. Immediately, the crew assessed the situation, and as the patient's condition was rapidly worsening, the decision was made by the crew to administer an additional adult dosage of epinephrine. The patient's condition began to improve, and she appeared stable prior to being transferred to Credit Valley Hospital. Anaphylactic is a very serious type of allergic reaction. EpiPens are used to relax the muscles in the airway to make breathing easier and help to reverse rapid decrease in blood pressure. The introduction of the EpiPen into the existing Symptom Assist program has proved to be highly successful, both in this case and in many others across our service. There is no doubt that the quick actions of this crew were ultimately a key factor in the positive outcome of this incident. And that's why we recognized them this year. And just before the proceedings started today, Training Officer Shea told me that we have now had 6 interventions in the last year, and we're just celebrating the first year of the program. So that's why we introduced it, recognized this crew today. They were one of the first ones, and I can imagine, I mean, I have been in their shoes. I just received the training, unsure of the condition, and yet stepped forward and took the right steps, as they always do. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
I've been asked to say a few words. I think I'd rather go into a burning building than do this, but on behalf of the crew at Fire Station 103 in Clarkson, we'd like to thank the Mississauga Real Estate Board, Mississauga News, Fire Chief John McDougall, and our president of our local 1212, Mark Train, for this award. We are humbly accepted. I know any firefighter in Mississauga would do what we did that day, and we're all aware of it, but we're very grateful and humbled to take this honor. I'd also like to take the opportunity to acknowledge one of the firefighters that was instrumental in this, firefighter Devin Cresswell, who's also an advanced care paramedic, who took the time to train us with the EpiPens and made sure our crew was up to the standards. He answered all our questions. We had so many what-ifs about EpiPens because we're not sure, but we got it, and it was because of his training that we actually, I thought this crew excelled at that call. I'd also like to acknowledge recently there was a bad fire on Thames Gate. We had 4 firefighters injured and 2 paramedics. 3 of those firefighters remain off the job, and we wish them well. They're in our thoughts, and we can't wait to have them back in the fire hall, our little community. I'd like to thank Madam Mayor for your support for this whole thing. I've seen you out there, and all the firefighters know what you're doing on our behalf, and we're grateful. Thank you. Our last, and I'm out of here, the motto we have at Station 3 that I like to live by is stay safe, work hard, and have as much fun as you can. Thanks very much.
Can you guys let these 2 guys? Absolutely. The servers. Yes. Just go over. Perfect. Squeeze out of it, guys.
Nobody can ever say we've got a green mayor.
Thank you.
Okay.